Hey everybody, what's going on? I have a review comparison here between two Verizon phones, entry-level phones. Both phones are, I think it's about $99 with a 2-year contract. Um, the one on the left is the Pantech Perception, and the one on the right is the LG Spectrum 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at both phones. So as you can see, both phones has a thin profile. The Pantech it's a little bit thinner than the LG. On the Pantech we have the front-facing camera right here. We have the USB port here, 3.5 millimeter. On this side we have the power button. We have a kind of like an aluminum brush material here on the side, makes the phone looks really nice. On this other side we have the volume rocker. Here on the back we have the speaker phone, 8 megapixel camera flash. We have a microphone here, and we have access here to the battery, SIM card, and SD card. As you can see, the back of the phone looks like aluminum brush material. Here with the LG Spectrum, also we have a metal finish material here on the side. We have the volume rocker right here on this side. On the other side there's nothing. On top we have a microphone right here, the 3.5 millimeter audio jack, and this is a power button right here on top. At the bottom we have a microphone right here. Here on this side also we have a USB port to charge the phone and transfer the information. And then on the back we have the speaker phone right here, the 8 megapixel camera with the flash. So let's go ahead and talk about the specs and do some testing. Alright, so as far as the specs, the Pantech Perception has a 4.8 inch screen. The LG has a 4.7 inch screen. However, the LG it's a little bit taller, but the screen is a little bit smaller. As far as the specs, both phones has a 1.5 dual core processor, 720p resolution screen. As far as the cameras, the Pantech has a 8 megapixel rear camera with 2 megapixel front facing, can do 1080p with the rear camera and 720p with the front facing camera. With the LG we have a 8 megapixel rear one and a 1.3 megapixel front facing, and it can also do 1080p with the rear one and 720p with the front facing camera. As far as the battery life, I believe on the Pantech it's 2020 milliamp, I believe, or 2050. With the Spectrum we have a 2150 milliamp battery, so you might get a little bit extra with the LG phone, probably between 10 to 12 hours with both phones. As far as the memory, both phones come with a 1 gigabyte RAM memory, 16 gigabyte of internal storage, and supports up to 32 gigabyte SD card. Those are the main specs, guys. Of course, we get the Bluetooth 4.0. So let's go ahead and open different applications. Let's go ahead and start with a quadrant test. Alright, we're gonna start the quadrant test here, and as you can see I have the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 here on the side, just to give you guys an idea in terms of the performance of these two quad-core processors versus the two dual-core phones versus the quad-core on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Let's go ahead and start the test. Alright guys, so all phones finished with the quadrant test. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results. Here's the Note 2 first. With the Note we got a 6,908 and the phone is actually running in the high performance mode, not on the power saving mode. So we're getting the full performance, 6,908. With the LG Spectrum 2 we got a 5,314, which is a pretty good score for a dual core phone. And on the Pantech, wow, we got a 6,095. So the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 scored only about 800 points above the Pantech perception. And again, these are dual core phones versus a quad core phone. So as you can see, these are really good processors for dual core phones. So now we're gonna go ahead and open different applications and test the performance. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start opening Facebook here. Let's see if we can zoom in and zoom out a picture. Let's do this cartoon here. So both phones are very responsive. So that's Facebook right there. Let's go ahead and open Google Chrome. Let's go ahead and open different pages here. There's Yahoo on both. Let's go ahead and open CNN. Do the same thing here. So that's CNN on both. Let's open another website that is always loaded with a lot of galleries. Alright guys, so we have the same page here. This page is always loaded with a lot of galleries. Let's go ahead and open this gallery right here on both phones. Now I have both phones connected to the 4G. We were using the Wi-Fi on the Pantech, so let's see here. And let's go ahead and open the galleries here. So as you can see, both phones are opening the galleries pretty quick. We don't have much 4G signal here, just 2 or 3 bars. See if we can do zoom in and zoom out here. So as you can see, very responsive. So that's as far as Google Chrome. And zoom in and take a look at the camera interface on both phones. Let's start with the Pantech. So here's the camera interface. That's when you take a picture. Here's a switching between the rear and front facing camera. and here you switch between camera and video mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of picture samples taken in a 8 megapixel resolution, and also front facing and camera videos and rear camera videos. Okay, so we have, let's start with the pictures first. This is in a 8 megapixel resolution. This was taken with a flash. There was no light at all. The only light was the flash. So it takes pretty good pictures. Here's another one. Let's take a look at a couple of videos now. We have this one with the front-facing camera in 720p. With Verizon wireless, this is a sample video in 720p using the front-facing camera. Alright, that was the front-facing camera. Here's the rear camera in 1080p. Everybody, this is a sample video here in 1080p using the LG Spectrum 2 with the Verizon wireless. Okay, so that was samples of videos and pictures of both phones. Let's take a look at other applications. Let's go ahead and change here the interface. Okay guys, so this is the house where we are right now. Let's do a search here. Let's actually test the navigation.
Head east. Head east.
Alright, so that was an example there of the maps and the navigation. Alright guys, so now we're going to take a look at these two games with high graphics just to test the performance of the phones. Let's go ahead and start with the LG Spectrum. Alright, that was a LG Spectrum. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the Pantech perception.
What's happening?
Oh, you know, typical Tuesday. Armed thugs trying to wreck Stark Industries, steal my latest tech.
So, you'll be home for lunch?
Maybe dinner. I
untested.
When have I ever been not careful?
Alright guys, let's take a look here at the Google search option. What's the weather like in California?
It's 73 degrees and clear in Los Angeles.
Open CNN.com. Alright, so that was the Google search. Let's go ahead and do a test call just to test the quality of the call.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Para español, oprime la estrella.
Go ahead and do the same here with the LG.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Para español, oprime la estrella.
Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna conclude the review here. That was a Pantech Perception and the LG Spectrum 2. Both are dual core phones, really good performance on both, good cameras, good price. Thanks for watching and subscribe.